Hey parents, what if I told you there was one parenting book that had the power to transform your approach to parenting and empower you more than any other book out there? And what if this book could show you the big picture of raising children in today's world so that you can be on the road to solving most day-to-day behavior issues and be confident that you're raising children to reach their highest potential in life? Well, there is such a book, and finding it about 20 years ago changed my life, both as a professional and as a parent. In this video, I'll tell you what that book is and share with you my top 8 key insights that I gleaned from reading it 20 years ago that I think can start benefiting you right now today as a parent, whether you choose to read it or not. But I think you should. My name is Todd Sarner, and I'm a psychotherapist and parenting coach. My mission is to provide parents like you with the education and resources you need to have the family life that you've always wanted and to raise children that thrive. You know, by the time I became a father myself, I had a master's degree in psychology and had worked in many roles with children and teens, and yet I was really confused and overwhelmed about what my job as a parent was going to be. I started reading every parenting book I could find, looking for clues about how to be the best parent I could be. More than anything, I was hoping to find something that would show me that big picture of parenting that I mentioned before. Everything changed for me when I first read the book, Hold On to Your Kids, Why Parents Need to Matter More Than Peers by Dr. Gordon Neufeld, a clinical and developmental psychologist out of Vancouver, British Columbia in Canada. Once I picked up that book, I couldn't put it down. Dr. Neufeld had a way of explaining the role of a parent in today's world that just made sense to me. It was the roadmap I had been looking for, and I think it could be that roadmap for you too. More than anything, Hold On to Your Kids helped me connect the dots of my personal experience and my education and my training in a way that nothing else ever had. It resonated so much with me, and it made so much sense. I reached out to Dr. Neufeld shortly after that, and we began to have conversations, and I asked him to come to where I lived to do some parenting talks for our community. A little while later, when Dr. Neufeld decided to start his first professional training program, I was really honored to be asked to be one of his first professional interns, and later he asked me to become a faculty member of the Neufeld Institute. And now I'm really excited to share with you my top 8 insights that I've learned from Hold On to Your Kids, which I've probably read a few dozen times at this point, that so impacted my life as a parent and inspired me to work with parents like you for the last 20 years. I have personally seen thousands of parents benefit from these insights over the years. I hope they inspire you as well. Some of these insights are related to full-length videos on our channel that explain the topics more. I'll link those in the description below. Insight number 1, prioritize connection with your child over their behavior. The first insight I'd like to share from Hold On to Your Kids is how Dr. Neufeld emphasizes the importance of connection and a secure attachment with our children over focusing primarily on their behavior. Neufeld says that nurturing a strong emotional bond between you and your child is the cornerstone of effective parenting. While addressing behaviors is essential, it's even more crucial to ensure that your child feels connected to you in the moment and deeply attached to you in general. When children feel securely attached to you, they are more likely to respond positively to your guidance. Neufeld encourages us to approach discipline from a place of empathy and understanding, considering the underlying instincts that drive your child's behavior. By prioritizing connection, you create a bond and a foundation of trust that allows your child to thrive emotionally, socially, and academically. Insight number 2, parents are meant to be in the lead. In our second insight from Hold On to Your Kids, Dr. Neufeld underscores the vital role of parents as the primary source of connection and guidance and influence in their children's lives, and how they should never turn over this role to anyone or anything else. He talks about how parents are meant to be alpha figures to their kids, not in a dominating way, but as kind and steady leaders who are there to take care of them and to guide them. We provide a sense of safety and direction that our children need to grow. An alpha parent knows that when making decisions, the first priority is not what would make my child happy right now. It's how can I best take care of my child right now. Of course, we want them to be happy, but our main job is to take care of them. Children will seek and gain autonomy over time. That's normal. But their main need as kids is strong and caring leadership to navigate the ups and downs of a sometimes scary or overwhelming world. They need time now to rest and grow and play until they're fully viable human beings, and an alpha parent allows for that. Insight number 3. Independence is the result of healthy dependence. Our third insight from Hold On to Your Kids helps us understand how healthy independence happens for our kids over time. Neufeld beautifully conveys the idea that independence in children is not achieved by pushing them to be self-reliant prematurely. Instead, true independence is the natural result of cultivating healthy dependence during their early years. This insight reminds us that children first need a secure and loving attachment to their parents, and that we should allow this journey to take place over time and focus on when security does happen, not when we think it should happen. This strong emotional foundation provides them with the confidence and security to explore the world and develop their independence at their own pace. By being there for them and fostering a sense of trust and connection, parents enable their children to gradually become self-sufficient individuals. It's a gentle reminder that children thrive when they know they can depend on their parents, creating a safe and nurturing environment for their independence to flourish over time. This insight is a gentle reminder that children will thrive when they know that they can learn to depend on others through learning to depend on their parents. This creates a safe and nurturing environment for their independence to flourish over time. Insight number 4, don't allow your children to become peer-oriented. In Hold On to Your Kids, Gordon Neufeld advises parents against allowing their children to become excessively peer-oriented, meaning more oriented towards their friends than towards their parents. This doesn't mean that your children shouldn't have friends. It just means that parents are meant to stay in this primary position for their kids, because otherwise you lose what Dr. Neufeld calls your power to parent. For example, and I've seen this a lot in my practice, your child might be really smart and have a history of being a really good student, but if they become primarily attached to a group of friends who get bad grades, they might unconsciously start getting bad grades themselves because they want to be like their friends and accepted by them. Independence doesn't happen through your children having friends. Independence happens when, over time, your child learns that they can depend on you in a healthy way. The security they gain from that is what powers their independence. It's a misperception in society that children need lots and lots of socialization in order to become good at things. It's not true. It's true that they need to get security from their parents and that they need to be oriented towards their parents, and that good relationships with others, including friends, will happen because of that. Children don't become equipped for life through socialization. That's a misperception. There's no evidence of it. Children become equipped for life through their strong bond with their parents who guide them and teach them and show them the way. And if you give away your influence or your alpha position to friends or anything else, it doesn't work for you and it doesn't work for your kids. Insight number 5, be aware of the impact of technology on your children's development. In our next insight from Hold On to Your Kids, Dr. Neufeld warns us about the effects of technology and social media on your child's development and highlights the need for parents to be vigilant about how much and in what ways these things are integrated into our children's lives. When kids are not ready for technology yet, it can get in the way of their healthy development in several ways. One main way is that if a child's feeling insecure, they might choose to connect to technology instead of people because it's less vulnerable. It's my belief and my experience that children usually prefer to connect to other people, but when they can't or they're unsure or insecure about doing so, they might choose to watch TV or play a game or seek some sort of validation through social media. By being mindful of technology and setting reasonable limits, parents can help their children maintain a strong bond with family and experience a childhood rich in genuine human connection. Neufeld simply reminds us that technology has a place in our life. It will have a place in our children's life, but it should not come at the cost of their emotional or social well-being while they're still developing as a human. Before we get to those last 3 insights, if you're finding this video valuable, I hope you'll consider liking it and subscribing to our channel. It helps us out a lot, and it helps us figure out what content is really resonating with you and helping you as a parent. Insight number 6, children need you to set limits and boundaries. In Hold On to Your Kids, Dr. Neufeld stresses the importance of parents setting clear limits and boundaries for their children. This insight reminds us that children need structure and guidance to feel safe and to understand their place in the world. Setting limits and boundaries is not about control or dominance, and it's not punishment if you do it correctly. It's more about creating a secure and nurturing way of helping children feel and process their feelings. By providing loving and consistent limits, parents offer their children a framework for healthy boundaries, for self-discipline, and for dealing with difficult emotions and hard conversations, things that will serve them for their entire life. Neufeld's advice encourages parents to be firm yet compassionate in setting limits, ensuring that boundaries are not established to stifle a child's creativity or individuality, but to promote their growth into responsible, caring, and well-adjusted individuals. Insight number 7. Children need to learn cause and effect as it relates to their actions. Our 7th insight from Hold On to Your Kids has to do with the importance of children learning responsible behavior through the proper teaching of consequences. Dr. Neufeld teaches that children need to learn cause and effect when it comes to their actions. They need to learn that when I do this, this happens, and when I don't do this, this happens. But kids don't learn this properly when we yell or take things away or give them a timeout. The way children learn consequences the right way is when parents are clear about the rules and expectations. The consequences that they give their children are related to what they did or didn't do, and that we don't take away something our child really needs as a result of their behavior. And then, if those previous guidelines are followed, it's also important that we follow through with the consequences that were promised, but in a calm and matter-of-fact way. When parents effectively teach the connection between actions and outcomes, they're empowering their children. Consequences provide a valuable learning experience, allowing children to see how their behavior affects themselves and those around them. Insight number 8. Always make time for rest and play. Our last insight from Dr. Neufeld's Hold On to Your Kids, at least for now, concerns the vital role of rest and play in a child's development. Our last insight from Dr. Neufeld's book, Hold On to Your Kids, Why Parents Need to Matter More Than Peers, at least for now. Children need structure and connection and learning time, but they also need ample time for rest and downtime and unstructured play. Rest and downtime allow children to recharge their minds and their bodies, while play fosters creativity, social skills, and emotional development. Neufeld's advice encourages parents to create a balanced environment where their children have the freedom to explore and to imagine and to simply be children. In a world that can often push children into structured activities and academic pressures, this insight is a reminder of the importance of allowing them time for spontaneous play, for daydreaming, and for restful moments. These are the experiences that help children develop a well-rounded and healthy sense of themselves, enhancing their overall well-being and enriching their understanding of the world around them. That's the end of our video. I hope you found these insights from Hold On to Your Kids both enlightening and practical for your journey as a parent. And be sure to check out some of our other videos, including topics that I mentioned today that are linked down below. We also welcome your suggestions for future video topics. Your input helps us tailor our content to your needs, ensuring we continue to provide you with valuable insights and advice. Like always, I'd like to close this video with one of my favorite parenting quotes. As I'm sure you'd guess, today's quote is by Dr. Gordon Neufeld, who said, "Many people think that discipline is the essence of parenting, but that isn't parenting. Parenting is not telling your child what to do when he or she misbehaves. Parenting is providing the conditions in which a child can realize his or her full human potential." That's one of my favorite parenting quotes. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you in that next video.